All right, hopefully you went out and shot your first video. And maybe you have not. Maybe you're struggling with, well, what should I create? What should I create content on? I'm going to give you a little help in that direction. The biggest thing that changed my business was about 6 months ago, I went through some marketing training. And experts in the field, people I've been watching all along, I've been learning from, and what they stated is you need to find out what your customers or your prospects, your possible members to your membership site, what are their 5 core problems. And once I did that and started marketing to those key problems, I can tell you that is definitely when my business made a turnaround. And the first month I started marketing to those 5 things, I had a record month in the time that I've been online. So I found through using a survey and asking my current customers, plus also putting something on social media, on Facebook and YouTube, basically asking customers and followers, fans, what are your core problems? And I offered Amazon gift card, $50 Amazon gift card in a drawing at a certain point after people gave their input. And I got a lot of really good input. And just for an example, it doesn't matter what business you're in. For mine, it was, number 1, they struggle learning weather. Number 2, they have trouble getting along with instructors. Number 3 was they're learning their landings. 4 was information overwhelm, learning all the things that they've got to know. And 5 is what they call hovering autorotation, is practicing landing without power from a hover. And when I started marketing to those 5 key things, that is what really turned my business around. So whatever business you're in, you can do the exact same thing. And even though these are 5 questions, these 5 questions can turn into multitudes of videos and multitudes of content. So what I want to tell you then is I've also polled my customers and my members, people that have joined my membership site, to find out where they found me. And in the top 4 are YouTube, my podcast, Google, and Facebook. Now, we know that social media is out there and there are so many forms of it. And I used to be worried about, am I hitting all of them? And I spent all my time trying to be on this platform and that platform. And I honestly believe that you need to pick the few that are going to be right for you. Don't try to do them all. I do think that YouTube is a big one because YouTube is owned by Google and is the second biggest search engine out there. So YouTube is big. Podcasting is becoming more popular. I get through the Google rankings with my blog, and people listen to my podcast. At this point, I probably have 80 or 90 podcasts, which is audio taken from videos that are already made, and I'm going to show you how to do that as well. So some ideas to get started. Figure out what your customers' problems are. Figure out what it is that they need, what they want, and explain to them how you're going to help them with that problem. So something I want to share with you that I have on the wall in my other offices where I do the majority of my work on the computer is something I have on the wall that I look at. This is one of the best things I've heard through some of the training I've been through. And it says, people aren't paying you for what you know. They are paying you for what your perspective is. What mistakes have you made? What shortcuts can you share? Tell them what works and how you learn from what doesn't. And I can tell you that I believe wholeheartedly that is kind of the key and is going to be your key to a successful online business. My whole premise of my training and in my marketing is I failed my first test. And that's what immediately reaches out and grabs people because they're worried about getting through their test. There is a lot of things to know, and that's what the online training that I have is to help them learn all the information. I am not the smartest helicopter pilot on the planet, but I have made a lot of mistakes. I've had all the hardships. Most everybody that becomes a pilot goes through a lot of struggles along the way, whether it's financial, time, whatever the case may be. It's just not easy. So remember, you've got something to teach. You've got a message that you want to get out there, and you're going to be able to help people. And that is what you're building your marketing on, is how you're going to help these people solve their problems. hovering flight, also called tail rotor drift. It's one of the 3 T's that everybody screws up: effective translational lift, transverse flow effect, and translate. So you want to learn about an online business, selling your information product online. That's what we're here to talk about. I'm going to show you all kinds of cool stuff, and I'm going to tell you the story.